November 12th through the 18th marks International Fraud Awareness Week. Virginia's State Fraud, Waste, and Abuse Hotline is a place where individuals can call to report suspected incidents happening in executive branch, state agencies, and Virginia public colleges and universities. Joining us this morning to talk about this important issue is Tim Sadler, the state's hotline manager, and we welcome Tim to Virginia this morning. Tim, nice to see you. So Tim, this Fraud Awareness Week, this is a serious issue that people are taking seriously.
Yes, it's very important to be aware of those particular issues, especially when it involves state government or federal government or any government, because we want the people who are paying the money, the taxpayers, to get all that they're supposed to get out of the services the government has to provide, as opposed to it going into somebody's pocket.
Tim, how can fraud and waste in state government at all sorts of levels not just affect the people that might be working in that department, but really affect all taxpayers?
Well, certainly taxpayers, if they think there's fraud going on, they will not be comfortable with the government. They won't think that they're getting a good service. They may throw out their General Assembly members. Lots of bad things can happen if they don't trust their government to perform their work. They may start doing things themselves illegally because they think nobody cares. But if they realize that people do care about what happens, not only will the state government employees act appropriately, but the citizens will too.
Tell us, has this hotline always staying busy? Keeps ringing?
Yes, it has. In fact, it's increased over the last year. In the prior year, fiscal 16, there were about 490-some cases. This past year was 645. So it's about a 30% increase. That increase is not necessarily due because Virginia's gotten worse, but more because we have a web form online which allows people to more anonymously report cases via email.
I'd like to touch upon that, the anonymous aspect of it, because there might be some people that if they feel they call and report some wrongdoing within their own business or within their own office, they might feel maybe they could get persecuted or ostracized. Tell us how you can protect their identity.
Well, when people call the hotline via the phone, we don't have their number. And we don't ask for their name. If they want to provide it, they can as a witness, but they don't have to do that. We don't even suggest they do so. And with the email, that can be a problem unless they use a dummy email address. But the web form is anonymous. So, and you can send in a letter as well, and you can do fax. So there's many ways to keep them confidential. If for some reason they expose their name to us, we let them know that we'll redact that name before we send it out unless they don't care.
Tim, tell us, you take that phone call, you take that little tidbit of information, and where does it go from there?
Well, first of all, when we receive the call, we try to get who, what, when, where, why, how, as much information as we can, because we want to make sure we have something to investigate, and we want the investigation to be done as quickly and efficiently as possible. So once we have taken the information from the caller or a writer, we will write up a case, and then we will do certain investigations as if it involves an appointee of the governor or if it involves individuals that we would normally send the investigations to. For all the rest of them, we send them out to the internal audit departments around the state agencies or universities and colleges, or some of the agencies that don't have those, we'll give them to hotline coordinators who will do the work. They'll do an investigation, they'll ask for information or help if they need to from us, and once they've finished, we request they complete their investigation in about 60 days. They can get extensions, but still about 60 days. And then they send us a report, we review it to make sure the allegations were adequately investigated, and then we'll close the case.
Tim, we have just a few seconds left here. Tell us, do we know of any big cases that have come from this hotline?
Well, certainly the biggest one that I was ever involved in 2004, where there was 4 individuals from an agency went on African safari. And they obviously can do anything they want to, but they took state equipment, about $11,000 worth, whether it was stainless steel gun cases or satellite phones or whatever they took there. And when they came back, they justified by saying, well, we were going to experience hunting and investigate that in Africa, but there's no lions and tigers to hunt here, so, you know.
Basically hurt us all as taxpayers. Tim Sadler,
exactly.
Thank you so much. We've got some information right here. More information on the Virginia State Fraud, Waste, and Abuse Hotline. We're going to post a link on our show website by early this afternoon at WTVR.com/VTM. And Tim, thanks so much. Keep up the good work.